Welcome to Making a Murderer, Rubberducky YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, we're about to hit 600 pages under our belt. Does that feel good or what? All right, you guys, here we go. Thank you for joining me again on the Daily MaM Reading the CASO Investigative Reports, Part 60, page 591, Fassbender. And Stephen did what? Brennan, he carried the head. Fassbender. And what door did you go out, Brennan? The one where the cement stairs are? Fassbender. And that's located in proximity to what inside? Is it near his bedroom? Far away? Brennan. Near? Fassbender. Is the bathroom near there? Brennan. Yeah, straight across. Fassbender. Straight across from that door. Brennan nods yes. Weir. Where did you take her then? Brennan. To take her outside on the side of the garage and shoot her? Weird. Take her outside the garage and shoot her? Brennan. On the side of it, yeah. Weird. Okay. And then what do you do with her? Fassbender. Is it dark outside? Brennan. Like a little bit. Weird. What do you do then? Brennan. Then he puts the gun on the ground and we carry her into the fire? Weird. How many times did you shoot her? Pause. Tell me again. How many times did you shoot her? Brennan. 3. Page 592. Weird. And where did he shoot her? Brennan. In the head, stomach, and the heart? Weird. Do you know what side of the head? Brendan shakes his head. No. No. Weird. So you take her out of the house by the cement steps. You carry her to the side of the garage. Brendan. Mm-hmm. Nods yes. Weird. Was she ever in the garage? Brendan. No. Shakes head. No. Weird. Okay, so you carry her to the side of the garage. Brendan nods yes. And you guys shoot her. And Steve shoots her. And you shoot her. Brendan. He does. Weird. Who's he? Brendan. Steven. Weird. And who does Steven shoot? Brendan. Her. Weird. What's her name? Brendan. Teresa. Weird. Okay. And he shoots her 3 times. Brendan nods yes. And then what do you do? Brendan. We carry her to the fire. Weird. Okay. What time is it about? Brennan. About 6:30. Page 593. Weird. Okay. Fassbender. Did he say what did he say while he was shooting her? Or just before he shot her? Brennan. That we had to hurry up before he had some people coming over? Fassbender. Was the car still out front? Brennan. Yeah. Fassbender. Okay. We're going to take you where Mark just took you. And we know there's some things that you're not telling us. We need to get the accuracy about the garage and stuff like that in the car. How does the car get in the garage? He drives it in there? After he puts her on the fire or before? Brennan. After? Okay, so let's go back to outside. You carry her over. She's naked, right? Brennan nods yes. And you put her on the fire. Brennan. Mm-hmm. Weird. And what do you do when she's on the fire? Brennan. Threw some tires on top of her and some branches. Weird. You threw tires and branches on her. Brennan nods yes. And then what? Brennan. We just let it burn. Weird. Well, who started the fire? Brennan. He did. Weird. Who's he? Page 594. Brendan. Stephen. Weir. What did he start it with? Brendan. Some gas. Fassbender. When did he start it? Brendan. Before I got there. Fassbender. Okay. Weir. Well, what do you mean, before you got there? You carry her out. Is the fire burning already when you carried her out? Brendan. Yeah. Nods. Yeah. Weir. So you throw her on top of the fire? Brendan. Nods. Yes. Mm-hmm. Fassbender. This fire's going when you knock on the door. Brennan. Yeah. Fassbender. That's what you mean by before you got there. Brennan. Nods yes. Mm-hmm. Weird. Does he say why the fire's burning? Brennan shakes head no. No. Weird. So, when you carried her out of the house and you put her by the garage and Steve shoots her, then you put her on top of the fire that's already going. Brennan. Uh-huh. Nods yes. Weird. Okay, then what do you do from there? Go ahead, Brendan. That he wanted me to page 595. Weird. He wanted you to what? Brendan. Go in the garage and help him move the Jeep down into the pit? Weird. Okay. So she's there burning. What do you put on top of her? Or do you put something on top of her in the fire? Brendan. Just the branches and the tires. Weird. Branches and the tires. Let's go back a few minutes. Where did you get the gun from? Or where did Steven get the gun from? Brendan. From his room? Weird. Of his what room? Brendan. The bedroom? Weird. Where does he get the shells from? Do you know? Brendan shakes his head no. Weird. Okay. Which gun was it? Brendan. The 22? Weird. Okay. Fassbender. Okay, Brendan. We gotta. I think you're doing a real good job up to this point of coming forward and stuff. But you bring her out of the house. You just said that after you put her on the fire, then you wanted to get the car, help get the car out of the garage and stuff. Brendan nods yes. Again, we know that some things happen in that garage and in that car. We know that. You need to tell us about this so we know you're telling us the truth. I'm not going to tell you what to say. You need to tell us. Brendan, that he was going to put weird. Do not sign it. Do not serve it. Brendan, he was going to put her in the back of the Jeep. Page 596. Weird. Do not sign it. Do not serve it. Brendan, and we were going to take her down in the pit and throw her in the water. Fassbender. Okay. Brendan. He came up with burning her, so he set her back on the floor, and then that's when he threw her in the fire. Fassbender. Okay. Now let's back up so Mark can hear this too. You bring her out of the house. You took her in the garage. Brendan nods yes. Tell me what happened again so Mark can hear this. Brendan. Well, he put her in the back of the Jeep and he said he was going to go down to the pit and throw her in the water in the pond. And that's when he came up with burning her. Wigger, who? Fassbender. Earlier you said this fire was going already? Brendan, yeah. Nods yes. Fassbender, it was? Brendan nods yes. Wigger, so you take her when is she shot then? Fassbender, tell us where she was shot. Brendan, in the head? Fassbender, no. I mean where? In the garage. Brendan, oh. Fassbender, outside? In the house? Brendan, in the garage. Fassbender, okay. Weird. Was she on the garage floor or was she stuck in the truck? Page 597. Brendan, in the truck. Weird. Uh-huh. Come on now. Where was she shot? Be honest here. Fassbender, the truth. Brennan, in the garage. Weird. Before she was put in the truck or after? Brennan, after. Fassbender. So she's in the truck, and that's when he shoots her? Brennan nods yes. How many times? Pause. Remember, we got a number of shell casings that we found in the garage. I'm not going to tell you how many, but you need to tell me how many times about that she was shot. Weird. We know you shot her too. Is that right? Brendan shakes his head no. Then who did? Brendan, I don't know. Weird. Who shot her? Brendan, I didn't even touch the gun. Weird. Okay. How many times did Steven shoot her? Brendan, about 10. Fassbender, and she was in the back of the truck or the SVU the whole time that he shot her? Brendan, she was on the garage floor. Weird. She was on the garage floor. Okay. Fassbender, all right. Weird. That makes sense. Now we believe you. Page 598. Fassbender, yeah. So you bring her out of the car or the trailer, right? Brendan nods yes. And you take her right into the garage? Brendan, mm-hmm. Fassbender, and where do you place her? Where do you set her down? Brendan, down on the floor where the lawnmower was sitting a little bit? Fassbender, is the Jeep in there already or not? Brendan, yeah. Fassbender, when did he take that or go out and put that in there? Brendan, where did he put the Jeep? Fassbender, yeah. When did he put her vehicle in the garage? Brendan, before. Fassbender, the truth. Pause, the truth. Was the Jeep in there already before you even went to her house or his house? Brendan, no. Fassbender, no. Brendan shakes his head, no. Okay, so when did he do it? Brendan, when he set her down on the ground or in the garage. Weird. So you bring her into the garage and you set her on the garage floor. Brendan nods yes. Mm-hmm. Weird. And then what happens? Brendan backs up the Jeep and we put her in the back. Then he says that he knows a better way, that he would burn her. Weird. Okay. Then what? Page 599. Brendan. We set her on the floor and he shoots her 10 times maybe? Go put her on the fire? Fassbender. Did he say why he shot her again? Brendan shakes his head. No. No. Fassbender. Was he mad at this time? Brendan. Yeah. Weird. So let me just back up again. So you bring her into the garage. You put her in the truck initially. Brendan nods yes. Uh-huh. Weird. Then you take her out of the truck. Brendan nods yes. Uh-huh. Weird. And then he shoots her. Brendan nods yes. And then what? Brendan. We grab her and put her in and take her over the fire and throw her on. Weird. And the fire's already burning. Brendan nods yes. Mm-hmm. Weird. And after you put her in the fire, what do you do with the fire? Brendan. We threw on some tires and some more branches on. Weird. Okay. Fassbender. How did you get her to the fire again? Brendan. We used that thing. Fassbender. Ah, what's a thing? Brendan. The thing we used to get under the car. Page 600. Fassbender. You did use that? Brendan nods yes. You didn't carry her out there? Brendan shakes head no. Weird. So you loaded her on the creeper? Brendan nods yes. Is that what it's called? Brendan, yeah. Weird. And you slid that out to where? Brendan, to the fire. Weird. Okay. And then you threw her in the fire. Brendan nods yes. Uh-huh. Weird. And then what did you do with the creeper? Pause. It's okay. What'd you do with it? Brendan, put it back in the garage. Weird. Is that in the garage now, you think? Brendan, I don't know. Weird. Okay. Fassbender. And that was what color again? Brendan, black and red. Weird. After she's in the fire, what do you guys do next? Brendan, go take the Jeep down to the pit? Fassbender, tell us how. Brendan, he drove it down there and Fassbender, were you in the Jeep with him? A little short review today. We're going to start on page 595. Oh, boy. Okay. Wiegert says in the middle of this interrogation, he says, do not sign it, do not serve it. Brendan keeps talking. We go to page 596. Wiegert repeats, do not sign it, do not serve it. And then Fassbender's talking about Mark not hearing it and for Brendan to repeat it so Mark can hear it. So is Wiegert talking to his earpiece? And only a judge would be able to issue a search warrant, and a judge does not serve a search warrant. So he is not talking to a judge on a search warrant. The only thing that I can think of that Wiegert could possibly be talking of is an arrest warrant. And we have Barb in the other room. We have Brendan now giving the information back, feeding it back to the investigators after they fed it to him. Who shot her? That's what they asked. Now Brendan's filling in the pieces that they're wanting to hear. And when they've got Brendan, and they know they've got Brendan, this is when Wiegert says, do not sign it, do not serve it. So I believe Barb was being honest when she said, you have no idea the pressure that she was under. You have no idea what they were planning on doing or whatever she says. And she says, if I would have left or done anything, they would have arrested me. Well, if we scroll back, which we're not going to, but if we did, we'd go to that point where Wiegert is on the outside of the Dassey home after same day, this is all the same day, they picked Brendan up from school, they take him to the Mishkot Fire Department, they interview him, and after the interview, they take him to his home to get a pair of pants that Brendan says he had bleach on. They come back. They don't even come back to the Mishkot Fire Department. They actually take him to the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office. Huge conflict of interest. However, After they leave that place, they're going to take him to Fox Hills and they're going to continue this interrogation until, as they say, it's complete. So we're looking at probably 48 hours with total interrogation. Yes, they offer food. Yes, they offer a potty break. But what else are they doing that they're getting, Barb to allow them to do whatever they want with Brendan? She was there with Blaine. A lawyer was there with Blaine. Why don't we have that with Brendan? Why is he left all alone to fend himself to defend himself in this situation? It's mind-boggling. This is why I don't do reviews on this, because I get so frustrated. Okay, you guys, we have ended on 600 pages for this week, which is quite an accomplishment. I want to thank you all for staying with me. And unfortunately, next week is more of the coercion on Brendan. But every time we do this and we go through this, we find little odds and ends that bring the story back together. And it's not Brendan's story. It's what Fassbender and Weird are saying. So it's worth watching. It's worth paying attention. Wow. I can't wait to be done with these interviews on Brendan. You guys, frustration, calmness. Yes, indeed. Okay, we have finished part 60. We've completed 600 pages and we're well over halfway. So for those people that said we couldn't do it, we're doing it. We're doing it. And you guys are my inspiration for doing this. And I feel like it does help Brendan and Steven to continue to bring awareness to their case. And this week, of course, is dedicated to Brendan and us standing behind him so that he knows he's not alone, that we see what has happened to him. We're well aware of it. We have no respect for it, nor do we allow that to even be accepted in any way as okay. Abolish the word confession with Brendan. It doesn't have a place there. He simply repeated what was told to him. It's time, you guys, and we're going to end this week with a special thank you to everyone for staying with me this long, staying with Brendan this long, staying with Steven this long. It takes a lot to get up each day and do our daily tasks, and in the back of our mind, we're thinking of these individuals that don't get to do their daily tasks the way we do. And that would be a dream come true, and it's coming. This day will come where they're out. We just have to positively know that in our heart. All right, you guys, if you didn't do the crime, you shouldn't do the time. Thank you, and I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend.